We all cared about each other and supported each other, and it was escaping was kind of, in a way, it was almost fun because we got away with it.
There you go. Who else has a second one to ask? Isabella?
When did the war start?
1939.
Ooh, 1930.
Long time ago. Long time ago. All right. Who else has written down questions? Do you have another written down question, Jordan? Okay.
How hard was it to hide Jenny?
Yeah. It was pretty hard. And it's, actually, Banyuk wasn't too much of a problem. But the younger one, who was 5, we used to call him Tadek. They would be hiding together, and they would start fighting.
Uh-oh.
And there was a problem, especially when somebody knocked on the door and they came in. So it was my crew to make all kinds of noises, so to drown them out.
All right.
How many times have you had to move in order to keep the children safe?
A lot of times. So many that I could not count. We would be living with bundles all the time, just carrying bundles.
All right. Who still has more questions written down? Do you have another one written down? Do you have another one written down? Okay.
Did you ever talk to the Nazi soldiers?
Yes, because we had them living in our building. And some of them were quite nice.
Right under their noses. All right. Did we get all of the written down questions? Okay. Well, Brandy, I'll come back and look at yours. I haven't looked at them yet, okay? All right, guys. So we can ask some questions, but think about what's already been answered. You guys have been good listeners. Let's try not to duplicate anything that's already been answered once, okay? A couple things have already been answered twice, so try to think carefully about your questions if you've got another one, all right? And I know now that I knew this would happen as soon as we started answering questions, that they would have more questions. So, Kevin, do you have another one?
When did the war end?
I think it was 41.
40 history. When did the war end? 40.
The war ended in 1945.
45.
The U.S. entered in 41.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the U.S. joined in the World War in 1941, and it was finished in 1945. All right, Christian.
How many siblings did you have?
I had a brother that was killed by the Germans. He was 13.
Okay. Jordan. Aiden.
When you see the swastika, what does it remind you of?
It reminds me of death. It's not a good sign.
Aiden.
Which brother died?
He was shot by the Germans. He was 13.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, are you talking about the Jewish brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there were 3, and you said one had died.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that died? We were all sick. All the kids were sick in the house, and he was the weakest, and he died. And we had to bury him in the south.
Okay. Tristan. Speak up, babe.
How did you move with the Jewish people?
How did you move them?
Yeah, like move from the house.
Well, usually by night. Yeah, couldn't see.
Okay. Sarah.
How old was the boy that died?
Well, he was 7. 7 when we got him, so I guess maybe he was about 8.
Okay.
Have you ever seen prisoners being taken by the Trumans?
Yes, yes. And my father was taken as well. Yeah, and he was in jail, and he escaped.
It sounds like a whole nother story right there, doesn't it? Brandon?
Did Nazis ever like threaten to like hurt you if they found out that you had somebody?
Oh, absolutely. We would all be dead. That's why we had to be constantly on the move.
All right, Kanaya, you have another one?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not getting it.
Say
Were there a lot of people that, when the Nazis were taking people, were there a lot that was in your family?
In my family, no. No,
they were taking the people that they knew had Jews, or they were taking the Jews. If you weren't living by their laws, that's who they were taking. But since they were secret and they didn't know, they were okay. Another one, Fallon?
When did you move to America?
I was 12. That was in 1945 or 6.
So after the war.
Oh, yes.
After the war ended.
Yeah, I lived in Germany for a year.
Have you ever seen one of the battle camps? The Trumans? The Truman battle camp?
Well, the work camps, the concentration camps?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking
Yes.
about?
Actually, I almost ended up in one of them. We were marched out of Warsaw in a procession going to the concentration camps. And this was almost at the end of the war. And my family escaped that procession because not everyone was washed. And at that time, there was very tall weeds that were growing on corn or something. And my father would say, he would push me into the weeds and said, just stay there until the whole procession is gone and I'll call you. And that's how we escaped. And I laid in those weeds for, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 hours. And then night came and the whole family reunited. So we escaped going to the concentration camps.
Got another one, Jordan?
How many kids did you see in the concentration camp?
I was not in a concentration camp.
No, did you see
Are you thinking of a movie that you saw where you could see through the gates, and is that what you're thinking of? Or no?
Yeah, kind of that.
Kind of. I think they're thinking of a movie that they've seen where they could see everybody through the fence, and did you
Yeah,
see
yeah.
children or Christian?
How did you and your family provide food for one another?
My father was on the black market. Do you know what the black market is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was very clever in making money.
You have another one, Brandon?
If a Nazi ever like saw a Jewish person like walking on the street, would they take them to the camp or would they kill them?
Oh, they could shoot him. They could do anything they want. There were no laws.
Who won the war?
The Americans.
We We haven't talked much about that. Liz, you got another one?
Yes. I don't know if you know this, but was there ever either an enemy other than the Jews that was competing with Hitler? Was there any like enemies other than the Jews that he was competing with? Like different
Well, Hitler didn't only hate Jews, he hated almost everyone. I mean, if he would have won the war, all the Polish people would have been slaves. So he hated the Poles as well.
Do you know how did Hitler die?
Well, I think he shot himself, but we really don't know. I really don't know. But
Why did your dad go to jail?
pardon me?
Why did your dad go to jail?
Why did your dad go to jail? You said your dad went to jail.
Oh, to jail. Oh, because of the black market, they caught him.
Do you guys understand the black market?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think a lot of you know what that means. You want to explain it to us?
Well, the black market is like, well, there's this thing called, I forgot what it was, but it was like something where it could be like, well, let's say an example for bankrupt.
No.
Black market.
No, that's not the meaning of black market.
No, it's just an
It's
example.
black market is buying stolen goods.
Oh, yeah,
That's
like
what
that.
it is, yeah.
That's it.
So you find something, you steal, someone steals a radio,
Yeah.
and then they sell it to you
Yeah, that's a,
for money.
yeah, that's a black. But in our case, the Germans took everything from the Polish people. So then the Polish people stole it from the Germans.
So they weren't
So
stealing
that
it.
was a black market too.
So they weren't stealing it from a store. They were
They were stealing it,
stealing
yeah,
their stuff
their
back.
stuff.
I have another question. Were there any like sports that were going on in that was going on in the war, or were there like?
The people went on with their lives. They did everything, you know. They tried to do sports and so forth. Yeah.
Like horse racing?
Well, mostly I was in the city, so there was no horse racing.
All right, a few more questions, guys, because we're starting to. I know you guys have so many questions, and every question brings a new question to your head. So let's get the last few here. Tristan.
What would happen if you accidentally bumped into or hit the Jewish under the Nazi army?
If you bumped into them.
Well, usually they did not bother the regular people that were walking the streets unless they heard something. And I don't think that all the Germans were bad. I think the Nazis were bad. And the soldiers did what they were told to do in many cases.
Why did Russia take over?
Territory, they wanted to annex Poland to Russia.
What happened to your mother?
Pardon me?
To your mother?
Yes, my mother was Polish with us.
All right, Jordan, one more.
Was there any famous people that died in that time?
Well, I'm sure there were, but I didn't know them.
All right. All right, Sarah, last question.
Do you like
Shh, shh, shh.
you still like is your dad still alive?
No. No, he died about, I would say 7 years ago. He was 95.
Good questions.